Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. In this one, as you can tell by the title, will be a video of me showing my jewelry collection that I've collected throughout the years. It's not a big collection, but I can get pretty fickle-minded about my jewelry. I tend to change them every few months, which is not a good thing for my bank account, but I think I'm already hitting a plateau where I'm quite satisfied with the collection I have and I don't feel the need to get more. Stick towards the end of this video to see where I contradict myself here. But yeah, I think jewelry is such a great and relatively easy way to elevate an outfit, and it's a great way to show your personality and your interests, especially if you prefer to dress in the more low-key side, right? So for example, I really like fantasy and the medieval fantasy, maybe even gothic aesthetic, and that's where I try to show that. That's in my jewelry is where I try to show that interest of mine, as compared to my clothing, which I tend to go a bit more basic and minimalist. My jewelry is where I try to show my personality a little bit. So for those people who do feel a bit more conservative with their clothing, jewelry is a great way to actually show and tell a bit more about yourself. Let's start off with the jewelry that I wear daily, which are the ones I have on me right now. And we'll start off with this choker necklace I'm wearing called the Original Sin necklace. This is from a brand called Embla, and you will hear me mention this brand a bit more later too, because I have quite a few pieces from them. And the reason, because all their jewelry have a gothic and fantasy aesthetic to it, which I mentioned at the start of the video is something I really like and something I really look for in my jewelry. I got this one quite recently, actually, only about over a week plus ago. Before that, I was wearing another necklace daily, which I'll show in a bit, but I've made the swap over to this one about a week ago, and I really like it because I tend to prefer necklaces that are a bit more on the shorter side, and this one again calls out to my interest in fantasy. You know, the pendant piece here reminds me of a crown, albeit a more like edgier crown. So my new daily, I foresee myself wearing this for I hope quite a few months. Next are my earrings. I'm not sure how well you can see right now, but I'll show close-ups of all the jewelry I talk about so you can get like a better look at it. But these are called the Qria hoop earrings. They are also from the brand Embla, and I've been wearing this daily because I think they are perfect for daily wear, because they have a bit of a minimal appearance. They look like regular hoops from afar, but when you look at them closer, they have this kind of spikes or stars that protrude out of it that give it a little bit more personality, than regular hoops. I prefer wearing hoops. I used to wear studs. If you see in some of my previous videos, I had studs for a little while, but I went back to hoops because I just think they look better and I think they suit me more. So this one are my daily wear. I don't think I'll change this one as frequently as I change my necklaces, because I think this is definitely like quite a perfect fit for me, and I think I'll be hard pressed to find another set that can top this one. Next is this necklace that used to be my daily wear, but I swapped it out for the original Sin choker I showed earlier, and it's called Encode. Encode is from a brand called Vitaly. They also make a lot of alternative and avant-garde jewelry pieces, but not as fantasy-ish as Ask and Embla, which is why I decided to go back to them instead for that fantasy vibe. But this is also really cool. It's a stainless steel choker necklace, but it has these kind of quartz stones embedded into it that make it look really cool and even slightly edgy. Like I mentioned, this used to be my daily wear, but one issue I have with this is that the quartz are only facing one side. So when I go out, when I wear this and I go about my day, there's a lot of times where the necklace would kind of rotate inside out, and the quartz would be kind of hidden by the back parts of it, which kind of defeats the purpose of wearing it, in my opinion. That's also another reason why I decided to go for the original Sin choker there. Now we're going back to my earrings. These are the studs that I used to wear before changing back to the Ask and Embla hoops that I have on right now. If you look at my previous videos, you can see me wearing this. So it is quite of a recent change that I went back to these hoops, and I really like studs as well because it gives me more of a mature look. So anytime I feel like going for more of that mature aesthetic, I will use these studs again. Generally though, I think hoops suit me better and I think they look better on me. That's why I decided to go back to the hoops, but happy to have this in my back pocket. The next pair of earrings I have in my collection, I have barely worn because I liked it when I bought it, but I think it's a bit too extra for me. They're called the Broken Tears hoop earrings. They're from a brand called Stolen Girlfriends Club, which is kind of a cool name. But yeah, like I mentioned, this is the earrings I've worn the least. I've only worn this like honestly a handful amount of times. I think it's again a bit too extra and a bit too edgy for my taste. I do kind of regret buying them, but I think they still look cool in my collection anyways, and I get to use them to make a video, so I guess they're not totally wasted. Next, I want to show my gold jewelry. I don't have many gold jewelry because I think silver suits my skin tone better, and I guess a tip in the sense of jewelry is that you should stick to one jewelry material / color. If silver suits you better, have all your jewelry be in silver. If gold suits you better, have all of your jewelry be gold. And it's just more visually pleasing if you stick to one jewelry color rather than mixing and matching, unless you're doing that super intentionally. But generally, and a good rule of thumb is to have the same color across all your jewelry. It just helps give that visual consistency and that visual symmetry that our eyes like to look at so much. So the first gold jewelry I have are these hoop earrings. And if they look familiar, it's because they are just the gold version of my Qria hoop earring set from Ask and Embla. I actually got these gold earrings first before I got these silver ones because I wanted to try out gold and see if that looks good on me. I don't hate it, but again, definitely I think silver is a better color on me, so which is why I got the same earring set in silver later on. The second and last gold jewelry item I have is this Achilles pendant from the brand Crafted. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, mythology and fantasy really my thing, and especially Greek mythology because I grew up reading Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus. So seeing that this brand Crafted has a lot of mythology and mythology inspired jewelry was super cool, and I decided to get the Achilles one. One thing that's really cool about this necklace is that there are two pendants, one with the image of Achilles himself and the other pendant is his sword. So very cool that there's two pendants on one necklace. That's really the end of the jewelry collection I have. Not too many, quite a small collection I want to say, but now I want to talk about two jewelry items that are on my bucket list, are on my wish list, and that I have had in mind. I know, again, going back, this kind of contradicts what I said at the beginning of the video where I said that I'm reaching a plateau where I don't really need any more jewelry, but after these two, it's done. Yeah, it's done after these two. So the first one I really want to get is this diamond pendant necklace from a brand called AbHeri. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a Japanese brand. They're based in Japan, and what's really like super cool about them is that they are a craftsman brand. What that means is when you buy their jewelry, it's not like a fast fashion kind of thing where they just have all of it in stock and just ship it out to you. It takes about 2 months because every jewelry piece is made for the order. That means if I place the order, then only the craftsmen from in this company start to craft and make the jewelry by hand, especially for you. So I think that's really cool. And the cherry on top is that the brand said that this collection, this necklace from this collection are based on medieval European knights. I don't even have to elaborate more on that. It's like I've been yapping about it throughout the whole video, but this specific collection is based on medieval European knights, based on their shields, based on their chainmail, like just based on imagery that suited that time. I really want this necklace. It is a bit pricey because it's made with platinum, and there's even like a small diamond in the center of it. So yeah, really want this one. I think this will end my necklace collection. The next and last jewelry item on my wish list is actually a jewelry type that I haven't mentioned throughout this video, and which is a bracelet, and it is the Chaine bracelet from Hermes. The biggest problem with this is that it's gonna cost me a kidney to buy. It is by far the most expensive item in this video, and it's gonna take me like, I think, years before I can get it, but it's nice to have a long-term goal. I think it looks super classy. A lot of the fashion content creators I follow on YouTube and Instagram have this bracelet, and I think it's just a very timeless piece that will satisfy and last me for a really long time. I like the chain aspect of it, how it the Hermes, the very recognizable Hermes logo and motif on it. I think it just looks really good, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. But like I said, most expensive on this list. It's gonna be at least a few years before I can even think of getting my hands on it. So yeah. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, if you've made it this far. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I think jewelry, they're super dope, and I think you guys should definitely get some in your collection too. It doesn't even have to be expensive. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.